Well, I'll tell you what, some things are humorous, but others are not a laughing matter. So tonight we're dispensing with the jokes and the lighthearted sketches. And we're going to talk about serious business because, it's November, and you know what that means. It's the hunt for the playoffs in the SLF. Oh, there's nothing better. And we're already through week 9, and guess what? 10 of our 12 teams are within one game of the playoffs. That's amazing. That is just dynamic. It's going to keep the competitive juices flowing. So let's look at what we've got here. The amazing thing is, for the second year in a row, both the Bruisers and the Wild are in the easiest division. And we're going to explain that in a minute. And for the second year in a row, both Bobby Football and Sports Swarm are in the toughest division. So let's look at our races. The Harry Franklin division, no one is even at 500 as these 4 teams get slashed and gashed as they go through the interdivisional games. Nuthouse and the Bruisers are on top at 4 and 5, but just one game back. One game at 3 and 6. How can you be 3 and 6 and be one game out? It's running wild. And in the Tom Godward division, the tough, rugged Tom Godward division, the best team in the league, Swartz Swarm, 7 and 2, but just behind by one game, Bobby Football and the Miami Porpoises, both tied for the wild card at this moment. And Sunny Sonics, 5 and 4, just one game out of the wild card. And our third division, the Bob Reddick division, sees the Fiddlers sitting atop at 6 and 3. More on them in just a minute. And the Warriors and RG4, I like to see the young players making a little bit of noise. We haven't talked a lot about RG4 yet. We still hope that there's some hazing going on, to be frank. But 5 and 4, just one game out, Warriors and RG4. And of course that leaves the Pythons and the Yak, both way under 500, but 3 games back with 5 to go. And I promised you a little bit more about the Fiddlers. Well, it turns out the Fiddlers have the least points scored against them this year by far. They're the luckiest team in the league. And brotherly love, wouldn't you know it, the Yak is the most points scored. The unluckiest team in 2014, the Yak. And what do we got in week 10? The 2 meet. Most scored versus least scored. The Yak trying to get relevant anyway. And the Fiddlers trying to stay atop that division. In another matchup, Swartz Swarm, the tough, rugged Swartz Swarm, scored the most points in the league this year by far, takes on a sub 500 team in the Pythons. And then we've got Bobby Football taking on the Bruisers. 2 teams right now who have playoff spots and want to keep it that way. And another 2 teams who have playoff spots. The House taking on Miami Porpoises. Running Wild, trying to stay relevant against RG4. Both one game back. And then our last matchup of the week, Sunny Sonics and the Warriors. Another 2 more teams, just one game back. There's going to be a lot of fighting. So, have a great week. It's week 10 already. It's November, and it's a great month for the SLFL. Here we go.